and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Final Play. I'm your host, Harrison, with my co-host.
I'm Mike. Hello.
He just came back from vacation. How's vacation? That's actually why we've taken so long. I've been waiting for him to come back from vacation.
Had a good time. Went on a cruise. Mexico. We dodged the hurricane. The hurricane showed up a couple days later. So those folks had to go a different way. So
Yeah,
I'm back, and believe it or not, I've already booked another cruise.
Wow.
I'm going on a Royal in February.
Wow.
So it's I'm starting to become that old man that goes on cruises, and there was a lot of
regular.
There was some
regular on the cruise now.
Well, there was some elderly seniors that were getting around on motor carts and stuff, and that's a little hard to do on a cruise ship.
What boat were you on?
This one was Carnival Dream.
Is that the new boat?
No.
Oh. I'm thinking of this new boat that they're coming. I forgot what
Jubilee is going to start running at the end of November of next year, which is about the same size as Mardi Gras that you were on.
Yeah, so that's the boat that I want to go on because the Mardi Gras was so packed and you couldn't breathe in certain areas.
Mardi Gras is literally
it towers over
5 times bigger than a normal ship. I mean,
oh man, but
yeah, it was fun, but it's good to be back. And I watched the Bengals game actually
on the boat.
On that Sunday, we were leaving the Bengals game, and there was everyone was in the casino watching. Because the only TV was on. So
hey, I tell you what, the Bengals game got me nervous. I feel like I'm gonna keep it honest with everybody. I feel as if Maher had missed that kick to win the game. I was actually hidden behind the kitchen counter watching that kick go through because I could not. I'm sorry, guys. The 2019 flashbacks just happened, and I was like, "This is not how I was expecting to win our first game," but it's how it happened.
Somehow those two refs under the goalpost can kind of look up in that imaginary line of the goalposts. They kind of know if it's good or not good, but I think called it good. So hey, we won.
We did, and then week 3 against the Giants, the game we're coming off of now, heading into Washington for week 4 this Sunday at 12 o'clock Central Time. I tell you what, the Giants game, I don't think it looked sloppy. I just think that it showed where we have key pieces missing, especially within our defense. I think that our linebackers, I think this was a struggle game for our linebackers. Not really a struggle game, but you could tell that they missed the assistance of Jaron Kearse. And I think that when he comes back, I think you're going to see not a way different defense, but you're going to see a better defense and a better play out between our defense.
I think we did such a good job. However, they didn't do a good job containing Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones was able to escape, convert that into first downs, extend drives, where an immobile quarterback, that would have killed it. They wouldn't have had those second chances and opportunities. So I think pass rush right now is excellent. And, hats
really
off to Dan Quinn and all them. But when we go up against Jalen Hurts and these other mobile quarterbacks, we have to keep that in mind because once they escape around, we got to contain them. Because Daniel Jones is not the fastest guy in the world, and he was picking up 10, 15 yards.
But he does have speed on his side. He does have a little bit of speed on his side.
He's faster than you're normal. But can you imagine a Kyler Murray or Lamar? They might be gone.
Hey, we do have to run into Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I know somebody's chomping at the bits for that game because she's happy that they're 3-0 right now. But
they're playing good.
They're playing good.
But they won the shootout with the Lions. They destroyed the Commanders. But I think that's going to be a theme we're going to see every week. Whoever plays them, they're going to whip them pretty good. So, but hey, Philly plays is tough. I mean, they always get up. They always get up for that game, and it's really up to us. It's really if Philly or Dallas going to win the division. The Giants are no good. And Washington sucks like normal.
So I want to go ahead and jump into this about at least Monday night's game here. I think a lot of people were upset that Michael Gallup didn't play, but my main thing that I was excited for, and they announced it last Friday, was that Jason Peters was activated and that he was going to get playing time. And I tell you what.
And he played left guard.
He played left guard.
Not left tackle.
Not left tackle. Because, I'm sorry, Tyler Smith has proved himself. I was okay with the Tyler Smith pick because he showed that he could be a good pass protector and a good run blocker. The only issue that I think as a Cowboy fan that I had was the holding things, which can get fixed. And guess what? It got fixed.
Yeah.
He's not struggling at all. He's only allowed 1 sack.
What I like about that move, now that I think about it, is with Peters as a guard, if the DN crashes in, he's going to run into Jason Peters, which is not a good thing. If he tries to go outside around Tyler Smith, well, now Jason Peters, now you have a hole there that a back can just, and that happened. I think Zeke went through that hole and had a real big run.
No,
was it Pollard?
It was Pollard, and that's something I'm gonna get into later.
But at least I can see where they're going with it, because now it ain't like they can just come flying free, because Peters is gonna take care of whoever.
And another thing that I like, Jason Peters' immediate impact is, as we saw on that Pollard run, first snap that he got in. Pollard took that thing. Did he? Is that the run that he took it down to the 1 yard line?
It might have been.
And then they let him punch it in.
Yeah,
But I mean, Pollard got a good chunk of yardage on that run. So I mean, there's that.
And Cooper Rush was not harassed at all.
No,
I mean, the protection was really good. He might have been sacked once, if that. I don't know. Radio was talking about it today. I didn't recall him getting sacked.
I don't either.
But he definitely was not pressured.
No.
And they were talking about that versus how they run a Dak offense. So the Dak offense, they kind of let him, pick out the, 3 or 4 receivers, where they didn't really do that with Cooper. They just said, hey, we're going to max protect.
Go through your progression.
We're going to give you time to pick out somebody. Well, maybe they should do that with Dak. They were talking about that today.
They need to.
Yeah.
And
simplify it down. Dumb it down.
And by the way, week 2, we weren't able to get into this because obviously we waiting for him to come back from vacation. But that was a different offense in week 2. Way different. Hey, didn't run any trick plays. The only play that I think that, even as like watching football and playing the game, the only play that I'm going to disagree with was the pitch play to Zeke on 3rd and 12.
That worked.
But
ultimately worked.
But why did it work? Who was at left tackle? Who was at left guard?
Right.
That play works because you run to that power side. Don't get me wrong, Steele and Martin, they're doing their thing over there. But I think it's something different because I'm sorry, I don't think Steele can get upfield the way Tyler Smith does, or even 40-year-old Jason Peters.
Yeah.
I think, but going to that side, and this is something that I do want to talk about, I think that Kellen Moore and this front office are screwing Zeke over. I'm sorry. The first run that Zeke got, with Peters in at O-line, they go opposite side of him on a trap play. Right. I'm like, why?
Right.
No, you saw where your strong side was when Pollard busted that run.
Right.
No, continue going there. Force them to come over. Force them to stack the box.
Well, that's the other thing that's working is if you run between Smith and Peters, that takes the pressure off of Tyler Smith a little bit, because now they're like, well, I'm not going to come bum rush, try to get around Tyler, get to the quarterback, because the running back's probably going to be going right by me if I keep trying to go past,
Yeah.
He's got to be thinking about in his head, I cannot just go after the quarterback, because I got to worry about a run coming my way.
Yeah. And before we move on to the receiver room real quick, I do want to shut down this speculation of, if Cooper Rush, wins us all the way through, and say if Dak comes back, not this week against Washington, but next week against the Rams, people are like, Jerry has a big quit. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Cooper Rush is the fill-in guy. Right. We talked about this last night. Cooper Rush is what you call a bus driver. He can do the job that he needs to do to help a team succeed. He's not a guy, though, that from a motivational from what he can do with. I'm sorry, people say Dak. Dak can elevate people around him.
Oh yeah,
Dak has done that, and when
Dak
you watch, there's a difference in Cooper Rush and Dak. Cooper Rush, you know who his favorite target is. Noah Brown. Dak doesn't like to just specifically target CeeDee Lamb. Even when he had Amari Cooper and Gallup healthy, he was about spreading the ball around, dumping it off to Zeke, Pollard, to Schultz.
And by the way, Schultz didn't play either.
Schultz didn't
or Gallup.
I didn't miss Schultz.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I haven't missed Schultz.
I'm just saying. We're not exactly on all cylinders.
No, we're not.
And we're that defense, but the Cooper Rush thing. This is what should happen if let's just say he wins all these games, he gets us into the playoffs. Let's just say he pulls a Nick Foles and gets us all the way. Just hypothetical. He now becomes the number one trade piece for us, okay? Because Dak's still going to be the quarterback. He gets paid too much. He's under contract. But now we can deal Cooper Rush for some. They're going to owe a lot. They're going to have to give up a lot to get Cooper Rush off. If he were to do something like that, I'm saying if he has he becomes that. He's 8-0 as a starter. Now we can flip him for something.
Yeah.
I mean, valuable.
And
yeah.
And then I'm sorry, Dak is quarterback one, and I'm sorry, it's not close. Cooper Rush can put the ball where it needs to go, but on that stop route to CeeDee Lamb on 4th and 3, that ball came out way too late. You were lucky CeeDee Lamb. I'm sorry. Yes, did he drop that? That was the only pass that he put on the money, was that deep ball to CeeDee Lamb. And I do agree, CeeDee Lamb should have caught that. But people saying he's not a wide receiver. This is his first year as wide receiver one. He's been on this team, and who has been in front of him the entire time? Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup have said CeeDee Lamb can be wide receiver one. I know he can be wide receiver one, but when you go 2 years of being in the NFL and you're not considered the number one, but because remember, when you had Amari, when you had Gallup, you have Schultz, they're not just Amari, because Gallup was injured last year. Even with just Amari, defenses could not double cover Lamb or Cooper. Why? Because the other one would go off. Mm-hmm. And then they'd be like, okay, well, here's how we stop this. And guess who's coming around the backside? The guy that you shut down the entire first half. Mm-hmm. Give it time to develop. Let CeeDee Lamb develop, guys. Don't say, oh, he doesn't deserve 88. Remember, he didn't want to wear 88. No. He was coerced into wearing that number. By Jerry Jones. Yeah. But the man who is wide receiver room, we get Michael Gallup back. He's off the injury report. So you got CeeDee Lamb at 1, Gallup at 3. I'm sorry, Noah Brown. He's been fighting for a roster spot for years and years. And I think I'm probably one of the only people that has stuck to my guns. And I'm like, Noah Brown is somebody that can be a threat.
Well, they had to feature Noah Brown to take the attention off of Lamb too.
Yeah, you
can't just go everything's to Lamb.
Yeah,
but when Gallup comes back, it gets even better for Lamb, which then he is going to start. And getting back to that drop catch, that wide open catch, I think that's the best thing that happened because he actually was lights out after that. He was lights out.
He was, you saw. He was sitting there and somebody on Twitter commented, "Why are you smiling after an easy drop?" I'm like, that's not like a smile of oh, ha 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 ha, I did this. No, that's a smile of I'm about to not drop another pass the rest of this game. Right. And
maybe
and another thing is he does technically drop another pass in that game, and that's the one-handed ball not placed. That's my thing with Cooper Rush. He puts it in the vicinity of the catcher, but it's typically not on the money. Noah Brown had to climb the ladder twice in this last game to get, even on a stop route. I'm like, we shouldn't be having to climb a ladder on a stop route. That's on the money. You see his hips drop, that ball is firing out.
And the other problem with Cooper Rush is he doesn't handle blitz as well. He's not he cannot diagnose a blitz and know where the ball needs to be in like 2 seconds. Where Aaron Rodgers can do it, Tom Brady's done it, and again they max protected all night long. Now there are going to be games where they're not going to max protect, and you're going to have to figure it out.
It's up to you to get that ball
in the air. You have
to
figure it out, and then that's where it might get ugly. So yeah, Cooper Rush has been handled with kid gloves right now because they just this is easy. Let the defense keep us in the game, and we win in the end. But yeah, Dak is the one that can put up 30 points or more a game, which we haven't seen Cooper do that. So,
last thing I want to get into is the running back group. I'm sorry, guys. I have no beef with Dan Quinn in the defense. Zero, zilch, none. I'm sorry. Our defense has done tremendous things. So this last piece that I want to get into is our running back room, and that's just. I'm sorry. I'm a firm believer in feed Zeke. I'm a firm believer in it. 40 carries, 178 yards, averaging almost 4.5 yards per carry. Has a touchdown. I believe in Zeke. I'm sorry. Week 1, why was it in the first half he was averaging 5.2 yards a carry, and then you turn around and you go, oh, well, get Tony Pollard in there. Tony Pollard, now, after week 1, I'm sorry, guys. If you guys really thought that Tony Pollard was good at he's still not good at pass protected. But now he looks more engaged in it.
Yeah.
But my question is you had your franchise quarterback in there. Why are you not picking up blocks for him? Mm-hmm. But now all of a sudden for the backup, you want to start picking up blocks. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's game 1. You've been in the league long enough. You have no butterflies.
Yeah, I think Pollard in game 1 actually avoided blocking someone that was blitzing in. So I mean that's even worse, you know. But Pollard does have his place. I mean, he does have those gashes that really keep the defense on their heels and all that. But you're right. I think you stick with Zeke, he can wear them down more. And the goal line, you have to give it to Zeke because he can move a pile. Mm-hmm. And one-on-one, he's going to destroy anyone one-on-one, of course. But he does not go down very easily. Elliott does not. So, and Elliott is the guy you need to pick up blitzes as well. So, and they have to pay. They're still paying him, so he's not really going to go anywhere. I mean, he's here.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen Jerry stick by we go as Zeke goes. I haven't seen him stick by that yet. Because now, week 1, Pollard only had 6 carries. He had 6 attempts. Week 2, he had 9. Mm-hmm. And then just this last week against the Giants, he had 13.
No.
Zeke went 10, 15, and 15. Mm-hmm. I need Zeke to see 20-plus carries.
They need to.
That's where I'm at.
That's the magical number where we're very successful when it's 20 or more carries. So.
But, I mean, do you have any predictions about this Sunday besides, obviously, us routing
I think we can get to 30 points just because the Commanders are not very good on defense. And they don't have the personnel. And now with Peters, when Gallup suits up, it can get very ugly for them.
I definitely agree with that because our defense has kept us in every game. And I think the week 1 game looks bad, again, because defense was so tired. Mm-hmm. They were worn out by the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. Like, they were done for. But now, I think...
Yeah, Wentz isn't going to take off for 15 yards if he's being pursued. He was sacked, I don't know how many times last week. It wasn't good. And it doesn't look good for this week either. So it's going to be somewhat appropriate if they're in their black uniforms this Sunday.
They're dressing up for their own funeral.
Right.
Because they allow, as of right now, they allow 404 yards per game. That's allowed. And they also are giving up at least, right now, 29 points. Right. So I'm sorry, with our offense, now with Gallup back, now I get it, we don't have Dak still, but I think with you work in Zeke, you work in Pollard. I need more work from Turpin. I want to see. I need to see a sweep with him, or let him take a snap.
In all honesty, based on what we all know now, this should be a 38-0 game. Just based on what we know.
I won't say 38-0. Because Diggs is gonna shadow Scary Terry. He shut down Scary Terry all last season. He's gonna do it again. But now we got to rely on Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis to stop Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson he's making a case. I know people want it to be Olave for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it's going to be Jahan Dotson, the sleeper guy coming in. But my prediction for this game, give me 32-14. I'll take 32-14. I see us giving up 2 touchdowns, but it could be garbage time, or I don't know. I feel like 32-14 is the number.
Okay, not bad.
Well, another great episode.
It is. It's probably one of the best we've ever done.
Probably, who knows? But I'm your host, Harrison, with my co-host.
I'm Mike.
And you know what, guys? We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.